ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
Sharada Madhav. Then we'll discuss Bhagavad Gita chapter 13 verses 28 to 32. Five verses. जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरवरधारी।
यशोदानन्दन व्रजजन रञ्जन।
यशोदानन्दन व्रज जन रञ्जन।
यशोदानन्दन व्रजजन रञ्जन।
यशोदानन्दन व्रज जन रञ्जन।
यमुनातीरवनचारी।
यमुनातीरावनचारि।
यमुनातीरवनचारी।
यमुनातीरावनचारि।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरवरधारी।
यशोदानन्दन व्रजजन रञ्जन।
यशोदानन्दन व्रज जन रञ्जन।
यशोदानन्दन व्रजजन रञ्जन।
यशोदानन्दन व्रज जन रञ्जन।
यमुनातीरावनचारी।
यमुनातीरावनचारि।
यमुनातीरवनचारी।
यमुनातीरावनचारि।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे
कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे।
हरे
हरे
राम
राम राम राम हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jaya Radha Govind, Radha Govind, Radha Govind, Shri Radhe.
Jai Radha Govind, Radha Govind, Radha Govind, Shri Radhe.
Jaya Nitai Sachinandana, Gaura Hari Jaya. Nitai Sachinandana, Gaura Hari.
Jaya Nitai Sachinandana Gaur Hari, Jaya Nitai Sachinandana Gaur Hari.
Jaya Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura, Hari Bol, Nitai
Nitai
Gaura.
Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol.
जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतश्री श्रीमद् हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस श्रील ऐसी भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी प्रभुपाद की
जय
अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की
जय
नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की
जय
प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की
जय
श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की
जय
वृंदावन धाम की
जय
मथुरा धाम की
जय
गंगा माई की
जय
यमुना माई की
जय
तुलसी देवी की
जय
भक्ति देवी की
जय
सामवेद भक्त वृंद की
जय
all glories to the assembled devotees.
हरे कृष्ण
All glories to the assembled devotees.
हरे कृष्ण
All glories to the assembled devotees.
हरे कृष्ण
All glories to Sri Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarine. Sarvam Shri Krishnarpanamastu. Krishne Matirastu. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेव
देवाय
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ओम
ॐ
नमो
नमो
भगवते
भगवते
वासुदेवाय
वासुदेवाय।
So today we are going to read from Srimad Bhagavad-Gita, chapter 13, which is Kshetra Kshetrajna Yoga, which is translated as Nature, the Enjoyer and Consciousness. Text 28 to 32. We'll read the 5 verses as usual. So text 28. Samam sarveshu bhuteshu
सर्वं सर्वेषु
सर्वेषु भूतेषु
tishtantam parameshwaram
तिष्ठन्तं परमेश्वर
परमेश्वरम्
vinashyat avinashyantam
विनश्यत्स्वम् अविनश्यतं
yapashyati sapashyati.
यः
यः
पश्यति
पश्यति
स
स
पश्यति
पश्यति।
Word by word. Samam,
समम्
समम्
equally.
इक्वली
equally
Sarveshu,
सर्वेषु
सर्वेषु
in all.
in all
Bhuteshu,
भूतेषु
भूतेषु
living entities.
living
living
entities
entities
Tishtantam,
तिष्ठन्तं
तिष्ठन्तं
residing.
residing
residing
Parama Ishwaram,
परमेश्वरं
परमेश्वरं
the super soul.
the super soul
Vinashyatsu,
विनश्यत्सु
in the destructible.
in the
indestructible
destructible
Avinashyantam,
अविनश्यन्तं
not destroyed.
not
not
destroyed
destroyed
Yaha,
यः
यः
anyone who.
anyone
anyone who
who
Pashyati,
पश्यति
पश्यति
sees.
sees
sees
Saha,
सः
सः
he.
he
he
Pashyati,
पश्यति
पश्यति
actually sees.
actually
actually
sees
sees
Translation. One who sees
One who
One who
sees
sees
the super soul
the
the
super
super
soul
soul
accompanying
accompanying
the individual soul
the
the
individual
individual
soul
soul
in all bodies
in all
in all
bodies
bodies,
and who understands
and
and
who
who
understands
understands
that
that
neither the soul
neither the
neither
soul
the soul
nor the super soul
nor the
nor the
super
super
soul
soul
within the destructible
within the
within the
destructible
destructible
body
body
is ever destroyed
is ever
is ever
destroyed
destroyed,
actually cease.
actually
actually
sees.
cease.
So basically, the kshetra kshetrajna. So kshetra, we were discussing kshetra is a field, kshetrajna is the knower of the field. And in terms of the kshetrajna itself, there is this Atma and Paramatma. So upadrashta anumanta cha bharta bhokta maheshwara paramatmiti cha apyukto dehesmin purusha para. As we discussed in the previous discussion, the Paramatma is present accompanying the Atma everywhere. It does not matter what life. The Interestingly enough, Atma itself never uh, actually undergoes any kind of transformation. Uh, the transformation is undergone by ahankara vimodhatma karta hamiti manyate. It is the false ego. The false ego is something that is making us think that this is the only reality, the reality that I see in terms of my own existence with this particular body. So the false ego, when it is extremely strong, what happens in that case is this is unfortunately in a demoniac state of existence. Uh, the person with a very strong false ego will cause lots of harm to people who are simple people. So it's an unfortunate situation in this material world. So the people who are like, for example, if you look at demons like Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, Ravana, Kumbhakarna. Kumbhakarna was actually, interestingly, a different case where he was, even though he was brother of Ravana, but he he was actually more, in touch with Sri Ram. So he was more near to Vibhishan than to Ravana, actually, Kumbhakarna. So it's an interesting character there. But generally, when we see about the demoniac nature, the unfortunate situation is that they are trying to harm uh, harmless people. It's an unfortunate situation, but unfortunately, the way their thought process works is that uh, even though externally sometimes it might seem as if, say, in the current context, uh, in earlier context when we had these stories, historical stories, you could see that demons probably have a kind of horn on their head. You're seeing actually a demon, a very ferocious form, something like that. But it is not, see, at the end of the day, it is not the external, whatever it is, one is. Internally, what are the actions? Like internally, what is the thing that the people are doing? Internally, the thought process is coming, and because of the thought process, one is doing some actions. So this is what karmano hi bodhavyam cha vikarmana akarmanascha bodhavyam gahano hi karmana gati. Krishna mentions in Bhagavad Gita the understanding of what is karma, what is vikarma, and what is akarma. So karma is a normal religious or normal activities that we do on a daily basis, like taking care of the family, uh, earning for the family, doing doing all the important stuff that we need to do on a daily basis, and that is karma. Vikarma is a category which is unfortunate category where vikarma is the impious sinful activities. So doing something that is harming other person either physically or mentally. And sometimes the mental harm is, see, the physical harm, if someone is causing something on my skin, the skin might get bruised, but it will heal after some time. That is the wonderful nature of the creation that the Lord has provided, that things automatically, become well. You just take care of it a little bit, and then automatically everything becomes well. So physical harm can be rectified, but when someone harms mentally, it becomes it's something that is very difficult to rectify. So this is unfortunate situation of demoniac. Namam dushkritino modha prapadyante naradama maya paratagyana asurim bhavamashvita. Krishna says, dushkriti. Kriti, again, kriti is activity. Any kind of activity is kriti. Then you've got sukriti, which is pious activities. And then you've got dushkriti, which is impious activities. So dushkriti, namam dushkriti no mudha, is vikarma. And then sukriti is not akarma. It's an interesting thing here. Akarma is where one does all the activities, but one does not think about the results. One just does the activities for the sake of doing the activities, with an intention that this is something that the Lord has given. This is an instrument that the Lord has given, and I am using this instrument in the service of the Lord. So, yat karoshi yadashnasi yat juhoshi dadasi yat tapassisi kaunteya tat kurushva madarpanam. Krishna mentions in Bhagavad-Gita. He says that yat karoshi, whatever you're doing, yadashnasi, whatever you're eating, yajju hoshi dadasi yat, whatever sacrifices you're performing, whatever activities you're performing, whatever you're giving, yat karoshi yajju hoshi dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya, whatever austerities you're performing, tat kurushva madarpanam. Krishna says, do it as an offering to me. So this is like aham vaishvanaro bhutva praninam dehamashrita pranapana samayuktam pachamyannam chaturvidham. Krishna says that I am the Vaishvanara Agni within the stomach. So, generally when we have something, the Vaishvanara Agni is burning it, and it is giving the fuel, the energy for us to do activities. Brahmarpanam Brahmavir Brahmagno Brahmana Utam Brahmaiva Tena Gantavyam Brahma Karma Samadhina. So basically what it means is, basically everything is Brahman in that sense. So there is a material cause and there is an efficient cause. So there is a upadan karan, and then there is a nimitta karan. So upadan karan is this the material body, for example, the material body and everything that is matter. It is material cause, and then there is the nimitta. Nimitta is the efficient cause. So for example, we as an eternal part and parcel of Krishna. That's why Krishna says, nimitta matra bhava savyasachin. You become my instrument to Arjuna. So basically, both the upadan karana and the nimitta karana, both are coming from Supreme Personality of Godhead. And everything that is existing is either we have discussed this before, either the external energy of Krishna, which is Bahiranga Shakti, or it is internal energy of Krishna, Antaranga Shakti. And we as living entities are Tatastha Shakti, a combination of internal and external energy of Krishna. So this is what Samam Sarveshu Bhuteshu. So if we look at this particular verse, the person who has got the eyes of transcendental knowledge will see all the living entities with equal eye, Samam. Sarveshu Bhuteshu, all the living entities. Why? Because Tishtantam Parameshwaram. Because there is Parameshwara, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, in the form of Paramatma, the Super Soul. He is there in the heart of all the living entities. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishta matta smritir jnanam apohanam cha. So from me comes remembrance, forgetfulness, and smriti, jnanam, knowledge, and forgetfulness. Remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. Smriti, jnana, and apona. Krishna says it comes from the Paramatma within. So Paramatma is giving the living entity the opportunities to do whatever they want to do. This is the wonderful nature. of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the living entities, Anadi Bahirmukha Jeev. Since time immemorial, the living entities have this desire to enjoy in the material world. So Krishna provides that opportunity. You enjoy as much as you want to enjoy in the material world. But the material world, the nature of this material world is dukkhalayam ashashvatam. Unfortunately, it is an abode of misery. There is adhyatmika, adibhautika, and adidevika. We have discussed different kinds of afflictions that happen. One affliction is coming from my own body and my own mind. Another affliction is another person or another living entity causing me trouble. And the third affliction is any kinds of calamity, natural calamity that might happen. So these are constantly there, unfortunately. Padam padam yad vipadam. So unfortunately, this material existence is such that at every step there is danger. But there is a beautiful verse, Samashritaye padapallava plavam mahat padam punyayeshu murare. So when one takes total shelter at the lotus feet of Krishna, samyak rupena ashrita, and takes the lotus feet as a boat. So one can cross the ocean of birth and death. This cycle of birth and death, punarapi jananam, maranam. This is what is something that is not natural to us. As an eternal part and parcel of Krishna, I am never born and I never die. So it's like an unnatural situation that I am in. And unfortunately, the unnatural situation becomes quite natural because since time immemorial, I have been in an unnatural situation. And because of that, and we have discussed this example before, and it's good to keep discussing this. Like there is a story where it is said that Indra, the king of heaven, he has his opulences and his happiness can not be compared to anything in this material world because they're living thousands and thousands of years. There is no old age, but the life comes to an end at a point in time. But the amount of happiness is just incomparable compared to what we have in this material world. And this Indra somehow is cursed and he becomes a pig. And then someone comes to remind him that you are Indra. You can become Indra again. But he says, no, I want to remain as a pig. So it's a very interesting example to give us this wonderful nature of this material energy of Krishna. Mama Maya Duratyaya. Krishna says, Devi Yesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya. So the Maya is Krishna's energy. And this Maya is what Tribhir Gunamair Bhaver Ebi Sarvamidam Jagat. The three modes of material nature is the different ropes of the Maya, the material energy, and the Maya is controlling the living entities. So either we can make a choice to be controlled by the material energy of Krishna or directly controlled by Krishna. The choice is ours. So if I want to be controlled by the material energy of Krishna, then punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani. Of course, you see, this is an interesting time when we are discussing this particular Bhagavad-Gita as well, which is the Chaitra Navaratri, the first day of Chaitra Navaratri, where the worshipable mother is Shailputri. So this is, there are two aspects of Maya. There is a Mahamaya and there is a Yoga Maya. So when the living entity is in a conditioned state of existence, thinking that this body is the only way to enjoy and there is no other kind of enjoyment, then one is being controlled by Mahamaya. But when one has surrendered onto Krishna, then one gets controlled by Yoga Maya. Naham Prakasha Sarvasya Yoga Maya Samavrata. The Yoga Maya is the potency because of which, even though Krishna is present at this moment with us, we are not able to see Krishna. Why? Because the Yoga Maya is covering Krishna. But when we surrender onto Krishna, Mamevaya prapadyante, then Krishna Maya metam tarantite. Krishna helps us to cross the Mahamaya, the influence of Mahamaya, and then we enter into the Yogamaya. The Yogamaya is this. So when we are talking about the Navaratri, it is mainly about the Yogamaya platform there, where the different forms of Durga Devi, like ending with Siddhidatri, that is the final Siddhi. What is Siddhi? Siddhi is these superpowers that one will possess when one is totally absorbed in the devotional service. But that is also one of see the interesting what happens in this. There is a lot of tests that happen when we are in this material world. So initially the tests are according to what my qualification is. The tests will happen. So initially the tests would be smaller kinds of tests. Will I pass it? If I pass a smaller test, then I have to pass the bigger test as well, just like in the material world. So this is what. And the biggest test is when one actually has these siddhis, these superpowers that one possesses. Ashta siddhi now nidhi data. We say about Hanuman Chalisa. One of the verses is that. So he has got Ashta siddhi. So how is one using those siddhis? Is it being used in service of Krishna, just like Hanumanji? The only desire he had was to serve Sri Ram. He did not have any other desire except that. The most powerful in that sense. So this is what is Vinash. So the next line here is Vinashyatsva Avinashyantam. So understanding that me as an eternal part and parcel of Krishna is never destroyed. The body gets destroyed. The mind keeps changing every minute. But me as an eternal part and parcel of Krishna is avinashyantam, not destroyed. One who sees this actually sees. So we see the internal existence, which is never created, and because it is never created, it never gets destroyed. So that is what is seen by a person who has surrendered unto Krishna. Then we go to verse 29. Samam pashyan hi sarvatra.
Samam pashyan hi sarvatra.
Samavasthitam Ishwaram.
Samavasthitam Ishwaram.
Na hinasti atmanatmanam.
Na hi nasti atmanatmanam.
Tato yati param gatim.
Tato yati param gatim.
Word by word, samam,
Samam,
equally. Pashyan, seeing. He, certainly. Sarvatra, everywhere. Sama avasthitam, equally situated. Ishwaram, the super soul. Na, does not. Hinasti, degrade. Atmana, by the mind. Atmanam, the soul. Tataha, then. Yati, reaches. Param, the transcendental. Gatim, destination. Translation: one who sees. The super soul. Equally present. Everywhere. In every living being. Does not degrade. Himself. By his mind. Thus. He approaches. The transcendental destination. So here, Krishna is talking about the continuation from the previous verse. Samam pashyan hi sarvatra. So sarvatra is important here. Everywhere. Yo mam pashyati sarvatra sarvam cha mai pashyati tasya ham na pranashyami sacha me na pranashyati. Another place Krishna says, one who sees me everywhere and everything in me, such a person is never lost to me, and I am never lost to such a person. So that relation of reciprocity, which means that the more I have love for Krishna, uh, Krishna has unlimited times more love towards me. There is no comparison. That is the wonderful nature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So when that eyes, yeah, jnana chakshusha, when that eyes, premanjana churita bhakti vilochanena santas sadaiva hrudayeshu vilokayanti. So when the eyes are anointed with love for Krishna, with the salve of love, as they say, the kajal in Hindi. When the eyes have that love for the Lord is seen constantly within the heart and everywhere by the person who has that love for the Lord. Just like in the material existence, if someone is in so-called romantic love with someone, that person is always remembering about that person in a material context. Just imagine the spiritual. The spiritual will become unlimited, in that sense, because spiritual existence has no beginning and no end. So the spiritual love similarly will have no beginning and no end. And this is what when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says Pratipadam Purna Amrita Swadanam. At every step, one is continuously in a state of unlimited bliss. When one is actually in that state of bliss, basically everything material seems insignificant. Kaivalyam narakayate tridashapur akasha pushpayate durdantendre kala sarpa patali protkhata damshrayate vishwam purna sukhayate yat karunya kataksha vaibhavatam tam gauram evastuma. A very beautiful verse by Prakashananda Saraswati for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is considered as Krishna himself in the Radha Bhava Dyuti Suvalitam. In the Bhava and Dyuti. Bhava means emotion and Dyuti means the complexion. So the emotion and complexion of Srimati Radharani, but he is Krishna himself. That is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So one of the prayers for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what he says is that this Brahma Sukha, that is the impersonalists, when they know that I am Brahman and there is nothing else, that is called Kaivalyam. What that verse says is that Kaivalyam Narakayate. That Kaivalyam seems like actually hell. Why? Because I'm not able to establish that relationship with Krishna. When there is only Brahman, who is going to have bhakti for whom? Nothing. There is only Brahman. So yeah. So the bhakti happens when there is bhakta and when there is Bhagwan. Then there is lots and lots of bhakti in between the bhakta and Bhagwan. So this is what that verse says. So here, so samam pashyanti hi sarvatra. So everywhere one is seeing that Krishna is there in the form of his energy. So that means in a way he is non-different from his energy. Just like we have given this example, right? In the morning, how do we know it is morning? And because even though it might be a cloudy day or a rainy day or whatever, but when it is morning, we know it is morning. Why? Because the sun has, in a way, the sunrise and sunset is happening, right? So exactly in the same way, when one understands that behind everything there is Krishna, then one will remember Krishna always. One will never forget Krishna. That is what is samavasthitam Ishwaram. He is equally present everywhere. There is no place where he is not there. Na hinasti atman atmanam. So then when one knows that there is the Lord everywhere, then one is always in a state of love for the Lord. So then one is not degrading one's mind by getting entangled in the material challenges, tabernacle, as they say. And when one is in that situation, tata yati param gatim, the last line here, then one attains the transcendental destination. Why? Because Because one is constantly man mana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. The mind is constantly fixed on Krishna. Krishna says, right, become my devotee, constantly think of me. Madhyaji mam namaskuru, offer your prayers to me, offer your obeisances to me. Mame vaishyasi yuktva evam atmanam mad parayana. In this way, when you are totally absorbed in me, you are automatically with me. Then it does not matter. The externalities never matters in that when one is in that total absorption in Krishna. So that is what this verse is saying. Then we go to verse 30. Prakritaiva cha karmani
प्रकृतैव च कर्माणि
kriyamanani sarvashah
क्रियमाणानि सर्वशः
yah pashyati tathatmanam
यः पश्यति तथात्मानं
akartaram sapashyati.
अकर्तारं स पश्यति.
So what word? Prakritya,
प्रकृत्या
by material nature.
by material nature.
Eva,
एव
certainly.
certainly
Cha,
च
also.
also
Karmani,
कर्माणि
activities.
activity
Kriyamanani,
Kriyamanani
being performed.
being
performed.
Sarvashah,
served
Sarvashaha
in all respects.
in all
in all
respects.
respects.
Yah,
यः
Yaha
anyone who.
anyone
anyone who
Pashyati,
पश्यति
sees.
sees.
Tatha,
तथा
Tatha
also.
also
also
Atmanam,
आत्मा
Atma
himself.
himself
Akartaram,
अकर्तारं
the non-doer.
the non-doer.
Saha,
सः
Saha
he.
he
Pashyati,
पश्यति
sees perfectly.
sees
sees
perfectly.
perfectly.
Translation, one who can see
One who can see
that all activities
that all
That all
activities
activities
are performed
are performed
by the body,
by the body,
which is created
which is created
of material nature,
of material nature,
and sees
and sees
that the self
that the self
does nothing,
does nothing,
actually sees.
actually sees.
This is a very beautiful verse. Prakrityaiva cha karmani kriyamanani sarvasha. So Prakrityaiva, Prakriti eva. So Prakriti is the material nature. So eva is certainly. So karmani, all the activities. So all the activities are being performed by the material nature. Kriyamani niche sarvasha. All the activities. Sarvasha means everything. So again, it comes back to this three modes of material nature. Prakriti means the gunas, the tribhir gunamair bhaver. So three, the sattva guna, rajo guna, and tamo guna. The mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. So these three modes are constantly acting on the living entity. So when we are interested in engaging in spiritual activities, that means we are in sattva guna, mode of goodness. When we are interested in sense gratification, that means we are in Rajoguna, mode of passion. When we are interested in just being lazy, then we are in mode of ignorance, Tamoguna. So this, generally the example that is given is it's like a golden rope, a silver rope, and an iron rope, for example. A type of, so basically even Sattva Guna is also a type of attachment because one has to transcend. This is what Mam Chayo Avya Bicharena Bhakti Yogena Sevate Sagunan Samatityetan Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate. Krishna mentions in Bhagavad-Gita. He says that when one has got this Avya Bhicharini Bhakti. Avya Bhicharini is a very interesting word. That means unadulterated. Because generally Bhakti, when it is not pure, it is adulterated. What? It is adulterated with karma and jnana. Karma Mishra Bhakti and Jnana Mishra Bhakti. Karma Mishra Bhakti is when I'm having the devotion for the Lord, but I am asking the Lord that please give me something back in return. I'm doing these activities for you, and because I want something back in return from you. That is Karma Mishra Bhakti. Jnana Mishra Bhakti is using the bhakti as a means to attain Brahman. Brahman means everything is one. There is nothing after that. So that is Jnana Mishra. So this Karma Mishra Bhakti and Jnana Mishra Bhakti is not Avyabhicharani Bhakti. Unadulterated Bhakti, devotional service is when bhakti is being done just because one loves Krishna. There is no other reason. So that is the highest state of. So it is not. It is very rare. That is called sudurlabha. That kind of devotional service is extremely rare, and it is mukti dadachi karhichit mana bhakti yogam. It is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. Krishna sometimes can give liberation, but very rarely he gives pure devotional service. Because once he gives pure devotional service, he personally becomes sold. Like if you look at Ambarish Maharaj's story, very beautiful story. Ambarish Maharaj, Savai Mana Krishna Padaravindaya. His mind was always at the lotus feet of Krishna. Vachamsi Vaikuntha Gunanu Varnane Karau Hare Mandiram Arjanadishu Shrutim Chakarachyuta Satkatodaya. It is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam that everything, all his senses, his mind, everything was purely in an adulterated way engaged in Krishna's devotional service. And there's this story where he's doing the Ekadashi Vrata, and then the next day, Durvasa Muni comes with his 1,000 disciples. And basically, the story is that he consults, he has to give Durvasa Muni and his 1,000 disciples the food, but they have gone to take a bath. So then Ambarish Maharaj consults his religious gurus in terms of what he should do. So they say that you can break your fast by drinking water, and then you can serve because the time for the Ekadashi is going. At that time, the fast has to be broken. So he consults those religious people who give him advice, and they give him this advice, and he does that. And what happens is Durvasa Muni is known for his anger. So he says that before giving us the food, you have done this. So he gets angry, and he is trying to create a demon to kill Maharaj Ambarish. But what happens is the Sudarshan Chakra of Krishna comes in, and it gets rid of the demon, and then the Sudarshan Chakra starts following Durvasa Muni. And then he runs everywhere. He tries to ask for protection. He finally goes to Krishna himself. Krishna says, "Go and ask forgiveness from Ambarish Maharaj. You have actually, you have given grief to my devotee. You go and ask forgiveness from my devotee." So this is Sadhavo Hridayam Mahyam Sadhunam Hridayam to Aham Madanya Tena Janati Naham Tebhyo Managapi. Very beautiful verse. It says that I am in the heart of the sadhus. Sadhus are in my heart. They do not know anything other than me. I do not know anything other than them. So it is that relationship is extremely very strong. So this is the pure devotional service. So we are talking here about Prakriti acting on the material body, and then material body is doing lots and lots of things. So material body is a combination of this ahankara, false ego, the mind intelligence, mana buddhi ahankara, mind intelligence, false ego, and then the 5 senses, 5 knowledge acquiring senses, 5 activity senses. So this is all material. And the material modes of nature is acting on this material body mind, and then I'm doing lots and lots of activities. But me as an eternal part and parcel of Krishna, am doing nothing, literally. The only thing that we do as eternal part and parcel of Krishna is get absorbed in Krishna consciousness. Nothing else we do. That is our original nature. So that is what this verse is saying. Ya pashyati tadhatmanam akartaram sa pashyati. One who sees that we as an eternal part and parcel of Krishna do not do anything. The only thing that is being done is by the false ego, the mind, the intelligence, the knowledge acquiring senses, the action senses, everything, all these things are doing through the medium of the 3 modes of material nature, Prakriti. But me as an eternal part and parcel of Krishna is totally asangoyam purusha. That is one of the verses in Vedas. Asanga means totally detached, not doing anything, literally. So it's a wonderful state of existence. And actually, everyone is in that state of existence. The only challenge is one does not realize that one is in that state of existence. A very beautiful verse. Next verse 31. Yada bhuta prithak bhavam
यथा भूतपृथग्भावम्
ekastham anupashyati
एकस्थम् अनुपश्यति
tata eva cha vistaram
तत
तथा
एव च
एव च
विस्तारं
विस्तारं
brahma sampadyate tada.
ब्रह्म सम्पद्यते तदा.
So word by word, yada,
यदा
यदा
when,
when
bhuta,
bhuta
भूता
of living entities,
of
of
living
living
entities,
prithak bhavam,
prithak
पृथक्
bhava,
भावं
separated identities,
separated
separated
identities,
identities
ekastham,
ekastham,
एकस्थं
situated in one,
situated in
situated
one,
in
anupashyati,
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 one tries to see
one
one
tries to
tries
see
to see
through authority,
through
through
authority,
authority.
tataha eva,
ततः
ततः
एव
एव
thereafter,
thereafter
thereafter
cha,
cha
च
also,
also
also
vistaram,
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 the expansion,
the
the
expansion,
expansion,
brahma,
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 the absolute,
the
the
absolute,
absolute,
sampadyate,
sampadhyate,
Sampadhyate,
he attains,
he
he
attains,
attains.
tada,
tada,
तथा
at that time.
at that time.
So translation, when a sensible man
When a sensible man
ceases to see
ceases to see
different identities
different
different
identities
identities
due to different
due to different
due to different
material bodies,
material
material,
bodies,
and he sees
and he
and he
sees
sees
how beings
how
how
beings
beings
are expanded
are expanded
everywhere,
everywhere,
he attains
he attains
he attains
to the Brahman
to the
is a
Brahman
Brahman
conception.
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 So that is the yada bhuta prithak bhavam ekastham anupashyanti. So bhuta prithak bhavam means uh, bhuta prithak means all the living entities are different. When one sees that this is ekastham, even though everyone is different, they are all linked to each other because they are all consciousness. So we have discussed this many times before. There is consciousness in me. That's why, I'm alive now. The moment of death, the consciousness will go from my body, and then this body has got no value. It is going to get decomposed. It has to be burnt or whatever. It's different customs, whatever happens, this body gets decomposed. So this is what a person who has got this transcendental knowledge will actually see this consciousness everywhere. They will see that this body. This is what there is this verse. Is it na sato vidyate bhavo na bhavo vidyate sata ubhayorapi drishtantastu anayos tattvadarshibhi. So what is real never changes, and what changes is not an independent reality. So for example, this body, the body, when I was born, my body was totally different. Dehinosmin yata dehe kaumaram yavanam jara, childhood, youth, and old age. Tatha dehantaram prapti. Similarly, this body has to be given up. So this, so this is not an independent existence. This body is not independent existence. Why? Because it is dependent on consciousness. And this consciousness is something that is independent. That means it has no beginning, it has no end. Not the consciousness which we experience within this material body. It is the beingness, the absolute beingness, the absolute witness. The absolute witness means that it is even beyond the experience of consciousness that we have within this body. For example, we have given this example as well before about Jagrat, Swapna, and Sushupti. The three different states: waking state, dream state, and deep sleep state. And then there is Turiya. Turiya is the fourth state. The fourth state is that pure consciousness, which is the substratum of all kinds of experiences that we experience. So why do we know that when we wake up in the morning, I had a deep sleep or not? I know it when I wake up in the morning. How do I know it? Because that substratum of consciousness is existing as a basis for all my experiences. So this is what ekastham anupashyati. Tata eva cha vistaram brahma sampadyate tada. So what one is seeing is that the Brahman, I am Atma Brahma. There is a Mahavakya which says that. So Brahman is, so there are two things here, right? So one is me as a living entity, me as this particular body. So that is Atma. So me, I am Atma here. When we consider the whole cosmic manifestation, the whole, that is an embodiment of Brahma. And me as an individual living entity is an embodiment of Atma. So the Mahavakya says that, but this Mahavakya is interpreted by different streams in different ways. Advaita would interpret I am Atma Brahma as that when one becomes liberated, one becomes one with Brahma. That is Advaita interpretation. When a bhakta interprets it, a Krishna conscious person interprets it, they would say that when one becomes liberated, one's consciousness becomes pure Krishna consciousness. That means one gets one's swarupa, one's spiritual form, the original spiritual form. One goes back to one's original spiritual form, which is never created and which never gets destroyed. So that is what our original existence is. This is an unfortunate. This is Asat, Achit, and Nirananda. The body. Asat means its existence. It is existing, but that existence is constantly changing. Achit means it by itself does not have consciousness, and Nirananda means it by itself cannot enjoy anything. Because there is consciousness in me, I am able to enjoy different things. Once the consciousness goes out of my body, this is dead. This is decomposing. Immediately it starts decomposing. So that is the understanding. Very beautiful understanding there. And then the last words that we are going to discuss today. Anaditvan nirgunatvat
Anaditvam nirgunatvam
paramatmayam avyayah
Paramatmaya avyayah
sharirasthopi kaunteya
Sharirasthopi kaunteya
na karoti na lipyate.
na
Na karoti na lipyate.
So what by what? Anaditvat,
Anaditvat
due to eternity.
Due to eternity.
Nirgunatvat,
Nirgunatvat.
due to being transcendental.
Due to being transcendental.
Parama,
Parama.
beyond material nature.
Beyond material nature.
Atma,
Atma.
spirit.
Spirit.
I am
I am
this.
this
Avyayah,
Avyayah
inexhaustible.
inexhaustible
Sharirastha,
Sharirastha
dwelling in the body.
dwelling in the body
Api,
Api
though.
though
Kaunteya,
Kaunteya
O son of Kunti.
O son
O
of
son
Kunti
of Kunti.
Na karoti,
na
Na
karoti
karoti.
never does anything.
never
Never
does
does
anything
anything.
Na lipyate,
na
Na
lipyate
lipyate.
nor is he entangled.
nor
Nor
is he entangled.
entangled.
Translation: those with the vision
Those with the
Those
vision
with the vision
of eternity
of
of
eternity
eternity
can see that
can see
can
that
see that
the imperishable soul
the imperishable soul
is transcendental,
is transcendental,
eternal,
eternal,
eternal
and beyond
and beyond
the modes of nature.
the
the
mode
mode of nature,
despite contact with
despite contact with
the material body,
the
the
material
material
body,
body,
O Arjuna,
O
O
Arjuna,
Arjuna,
the soul
the soul
the soul,
neither does anything
neither does anything,
nor is entangled.
nor is
nor is
entangled.
entangled.
Again, a very beautiful verse. Anaditvan nirgunatvat paramatmayam avyaya. Beautiful, huh? So Anaditvan, there is no beginning. Nirgunatvat. Guna, we were talking about the gunas, right? The three modes of material nature. So this is nirguna, without any gunas. This has no beginning. It comes under the influence of no gunas. Paramatmayam avyaya. It is constantly in touch with Paramatma, and it is avyaya. It can never be exhausted. Exhaustion, in a sense, is body's thing, because body is dependent on different things. But we, as an eternal part and parcel of Krishna, are independent. The only dependency that we have is with Paramatma and Krishna, who are eternal, and we are also eternal in that sense. And Nityo Nityanam Chetanas Chetananam. Krishna is a supreme eternal, and there are all subordinate eternals, the living entities. So Sharira Stopi Kaunteya na karoti na lipyate. This is a very wonderful, the last two lines. What Krishna is saying here is, even though seemingly it seems that the consciousness is integrated with the body, actually it is independent. In chemistry, they talk about something called catalyst. Catalyst is something that increases the chemical reaction, but it itself does not participate in that reaction. That is a catalyst. In chemistry, that is a term. So it's a metaphor. To understand we as an eternal part and parcel of Krishna, it's like a catalyst. That the soul, we as an eternal soul, are there, but we are totally not connected to all this that is going on externally with the body, mind, and everything. So there is a Purusha and there is a Prakriti. So the Purusha is that eternal part and parcel of Krishna, who is linked, very closely linked with Krishna. Prakriti is indirectly linked with Krishna. So the conditioned state of existence is that I become so much entangled with this particular body that I somehow totally lose the understanding that I am actually consciousness. My original nature is that I am consciousness. I have no birth, I have no death, and the only thing that I do is love Krishna. There is nothing else that I do as a consciousness, as a conscious entity. Everything else is external. So this body comes into existence because I have identified myself with the false ego. Because of my identification with the false ego, and because I think that I am having the desire, that me, the conscious entity, is having this desire. But actually, the desire is coming from the false ego. What is the false ego? False ego is that subtlest of the subtle thing that is making me think that this is an independent reality, that my material existence is independent, that this is the only existence, there's nothing else. That is false ego. So somehow the Lord has given us some costless mercy, because of which we have a little bit of interest to engage in these discussions. And that's how, we have this little bit of inclination to know that there is the source of all happiness is within. It is, say again, why do I say that? Because once the consciousness has gone out of my body, the body has got no value. The whole value for this body comes because there is consciousness. So that is, if it's a very simple thing to understand, but if one does not have faith, Shraddhavan labhate jnanam, Krishna says. If if one does not have that ingredient of faith, it's like, like you're cooking some wonderful dish, but you forget to put that pinch of salt, or you forget to put, if you're making a sweet dish, you forget to put the sugar in it. So basically, there is no, even though everything, all the other ingredients are there, but if that salt or sugar is not there, so basically that it's a metaphor again. So to understand that that me that is a basic understanding, that, but somehow people will not. It's very logical as well. But if there is no shraddha, yeah, if there is no that faith, that uh, that love for the Lord, then even though this is very basic logical thing to understand, one will not be able to understand that. And that is a really unfortunate situation, because bahunam janmanam ante, there is nirdeham adyam sulabham sudurlabham. Krishna says this human form of life is it's very rare. Durlabham manusham janmam. The Prahlad Maharaj says this human form of life is very rare. So it becomes quite unfortunate, that we have got this unbelievable diamond, and we are just throwing it in a dustbin because we don't understand its value. It's really unfortunate that way. But Krishna is very costlessly merciful that we have this small interest, and therefore we can continue to engage in this deep understanding of Bhagavad Gita. So with this, thank you very much for your time and listening. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschadya Deshatarine Sarvam Shri Krishna Arpanamastu Krishne Madhirastu Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. If there's any comments or questions, we can discuss.
No, thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay, so we'll sing the Narasimha Pranam Mantra. Namaste Narasimhaya
Namaste Narasimhaya
Prahlada Daini
Prahlada
Hiranyakashe Purvaksha
Hiranyakshipurvakshaha
Tilasankhanathalaye
Shilatankanakalaye
Ito Narsimho Parato Narsimho
Ito Narsimho Parato Narsimho
Yato Yato Yami Tato Narsimho
Yato Yato Yami Tato Narsimho
Bahir Narsimho Hridaye Narsimho
Bahirnasimho Hridaye Narsimho
Narasimha Madim Sharanam Tapade
Narasimhamadim Sharanam Prapade
Tavakara Kamala Vare Nakham Adbhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringa Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare
Tavakar Kamalvari Nakha Adbhat Shri Dalita Hiranyakashipo Tanu Bringa Keshava Kirta Narhari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hari Jagadish Hari Jai Jagadish Hari
Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Narsimhadev
Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Narsimhadev
Jaya Narahari Jaya Narahari Jaya Narahari Jaya Narahari.
Jaya
Narahari Jaya
Narahari Jaya Narahari Jaya Narahari
Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Bhakta Prahlad Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Bhakta Prahlad.
Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Bhakta Prahlad Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Bhakta Prahlad.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol,
Nitai Gaura Hari
Hari
Bol,
Bol, Hari Bol,
Hari
Hari
Bol,
Bol,
Nitai
Nitai Gaura
Gaura
Hari
Hare
Bol.
Bol
नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय, प्रहलाद महाराज की
Jai.
जय।
Jai
नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठावतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। सर्वं श्री कृष्णार्पणमस्तु। कृष्णे
Krishna
मतिरस्तु। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I was just